Let's do a little preview for the
Hmm.
Cowboys. Dallas, plus 120 to win their division, plus 750 to win the NFC, which honestly I feel like are too short of odds, and 16 to 1 to win the Super Bowl. If you want to bet on the Cowboys to make the playoffs, yes, heavily juiced minus 300 because they have one of the easiest schedules in the NFL. No, plus 240. Win total 10.5, juiced to the under at minus 125. So looking at this menu, would you like to start an order, Jenks? What can I get started for you if I'm a barista at Starbucks?
You can get me started on, first of all, I'd like a skim latte extra hot, please, and also fade the Cowboys, who I don't, I would go under 10.5 wins at minus 125. I don't mind laying the juice on the under. I do not believe in Dallas. I do not trust Mike McCarthy. And if you wanted the knife through the heart, it has to be that that you watched the Cowboys in that final game of the playoffs against the 49ers have the clock run out because they didn't have any timeouts and they called a quarterback draw. Just the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Coaching matters in the NFL, and it matters in big spots. And I think this is Mike McCarthy's last season. Sean Payton is waiting in the wings. But from a football perspective, Chelsea, I worry about the Cowboys being able to keep Dak Prescott upright. He's battled injuries the past 2 seasons, and their offensive line is not that good. They have a ton of talent, and I think they should give Tony Pollard more carries than Ezekiel Elliott. Zeke looks like he is done. They traded away Amari Cooper, so that's a weapon, one less weapon that they have. And also remember, Michael Gallup injured his ACL at the end of last season. He's not going to be healthy to start this year. So they're going to rely on CeeDee Lamb to be their number one option. They don't have as many weapons as receivers. At receiver, I should say. Their offensive line is dicey at best, and I think the Cowboys are really overvalued. The Eagles, I believe, are the best team in this division. So I would say Cowboys to not make the playoffs at under 10.5 wins, minus 125 is probably my favorite bet here.
Right. I think this price is based on like a Cowboys team 3 years ago when their offensive line was a little better, when
Yeah.
Zeke Elliott still was the hot new prospect at running back that was fighting for this contract. But you're right. It's a team that has lost its luster. And especially if you're wanting to make any bets in the postseason, that's when coaching especially matters because you are playing the best teams in the NFL. And you can't make those type of mistakes and expect to win ball games because the margin for error just is a lot smaller. Because over the past few years, the Cowboys have looked really dominant in the regular season because they play in the NFC East. So they get to play some really weak competition twice a season. But I think that's not going to be the case this year. I think all the teams in the NFC East are going to be at least a little better. And in fact, I do like the Eagles to win that division instead of the Cowboys. And another thing is, you can ignore some of those glaring problems with the Cowboys if they're underdogs and you're buying low on them, but you're not. You're playing them at a premium price. They are the favorites to win their division. So it's hard to overlook those problems when they're the favorites. So for me, no Cowboys bets with the exception of maybe a sprinkle on an under on their win total. There's some other ones. You can bet on the Cowboys to start the season 4-0. The yes is plus 500. And to win all NFC East games, plus 800. Definitely don't like that one because I do think the Eagles beat them.
Well, yeah, I don't like that at all. And for the Cowboys to start 4-0, what do they go? Bucks, Bengals, Giants, Commanders?
Well, that's why it's plus 500.
Yeah,
Probably.
no way. They're probably going to lose the first game of the season to Tampa Bay. There's no way I would take that. They could start the season 0-2. They could lose to the Bucks. They could lose to the Bengals. The Giants are going to be better. So there's no way I would take them at 5-1. You should get more value than that.
Yeah, bandwagon Cowboys fans, avert your ears because we have not been very nice to your boys. But like I said, a lot of it has to do with the market and the fact that I just think that they're a little overvalued. I don't think they're going to be a terrible team, just not good enough to win their division where we have not seen a repeat winner in 17 seasons? So yeah, my money's on the Eagles.